Good morning, pre-algebra, and welcome back from break. Yesterday you had some time since several of you had not completed the ALEKS assignments. Yesterday you were supposed to complete those. Those are due a little bit later today. Please get those done so we don't fall too much further behind. Today we're going to be talking about subtracting linear expressions. Our previous lesson before break was adding linear expressions, and now we're going to be subtracting them. Really, it's about the same thing. There's really very little difference other than we need to remember how to do subtraction, particularly when we have multiple negatives, right? When we're like subtracting -8 minus -4, things like that. So this should be pretty straightforward. We're using the same concepts that we used previously. You can go back to our previous lessons and review if you need to. So let's go. When subtracting linear expressions, subtract like terms. That is going to be the key here. As with adding linear expressions, you can use models and zero pairs if needed. Remember the models, we have those algebraic tiles. I'm not going to use those in this lesson. They're kind of hard to put into our video here with the technology that I have. I'm trying to find a better way to do that. But we can do that but you can do that, I should say, if that was particularly helpful. So here we have an expression, 5x plus 4 minus 3x plus 2. So we're going to look for our like terms, and again our like terms are going to be 5x and the 3x, and then our other set of like terms in this particular expression is going to be the 4 and the 2. So let's go ahead and subtract those. So if we break those down, we're going to have 5x minus 3x, and that's going to equal 2x. And then we're going to have 4. Oops, let's change that color since I circled in kind of this orange color here. There we go. We have 4. This is minus 2. We got to remember here, right, that we're dealing with that minus sign. That's why we subtracted 3 as well. So this is 4 minus 2, and that equals 2. So what we ultimately have, since we've dealt with that minus sign, what's left over is we have 2x plus 2 is what we have left over, right? Because we have a positive 2 here. Our second term, that's a positive 2. And our first term, the 2x, is also a positive number. And so we're going to use that plus sign there. All right. So here are 2 additional examples for us to work on. Our first one is 7x minus 5 minus 2x minus 2. So again, we're going to be looking for like terms. So our first set of like terms, that was black. Let me use red. There we go. Is our x's, our variable. So a positive 7x minus, right, a positive 2x, and that's going to equal 5x. And then we have our second set. Use blue for this one. We have a negative 5 minus a negative 1. Remember, negative 5 minus negative 1, these 2 negative signs here, when we minus a negative number, we actually end up adding it. We're going closer to 0 when we do that. So that's going to result in negative 4. So our final answer is going to be, for this problem, 5x minus 4. Okay, let's try our second one. 3x plus 2 minus negative 2x plus 1. So again, like terms, our x's. This time we have a negative 2x, so we're going to write 3x minus negative 2x. That's going to equal, just like we did up here, that's actually going to be, we're going to treat that as a positive, right? 3x plus those two negatives cancel each other out. So that is going to end up being 5x. That's positive 5x. Now, our second set here, we'll use blue again. It's going to be 2 of like terms, 2 minus positive 1. That's going to equal 1. So our final answer is going to be, because that's a positive 1, our final answer is going to be 5x plus 1, because this was a positive number. So we're going to use that plus sign there. All right. So that's all we're doing, right? And like I said, basically it's the same as adding linear expressions. The major difference is we got to remember what to do when we have those multiple negative signs and how to do that. Adding and subtracting linear expressions is helpful in real-world problems. So here we have a real-world type problem, right? And we're going to be asked to create a linear expression with some subtraction in it. And then we're going to be given in part B a value for x, and then we are to solve the expression. So the expression is 8x plus 48.75 represents the total amount of money the soccer team earned from selling X number of t-shirts. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to write an expression. If the team had to pay 2x plus $24 in expenses, write an expression to represent their profit. So we need to write a linear expression with this problem. So we have to ask ourselves, what was total revenue? How much total money came in? And that is given to us by this expression up here. So our total amount of money that came in was 8x plus 48.75. The team has to pay some cost, and that cost is represented by this second expression. And since this is a cost, we're going to subtract it from our total revenue, how much money came in. And so we're going to subtract 2x plus 24. Now we have a linear expression, and we're being asked to subtract in this linear expression. So I'm going to turn the slide and rewrite that for us because we have a little bit more room here. So for A, we are doing 8x plus 48.75 minus, remember that is our total amount of money that's coming in, not our profits. That's total revenue. That's how much money is coming in. We're going to now minus our cost, which is given to us as an expression of 2x plus 24. Okay. Now, we can now find an expression that represents profit with this. So we're going to look for like terms, 8x and 2x. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have positive 8x minus positive 2x. That's going to equal 6x, not yx. Okay, and then for our second set of like terms, we have 48.75 minus a positive 24. So we'll go ahead and write that over here. 48.75 minus 24. And that equals, I have to write it down here, sorry, 24.75. So that means that our new expression, our expression for A, for profit, is, I'm going to write it in purple now, our expression for profit is 6x from here. This is a positive number, so we're going to go ahead and add it, plus 24.75. So this is our profit. Okay. Now, part B tells us what X is. So if the soccer team sold 54 t-shirts, what was their profit? Well, we're just going to write our formula with 54 in place of the X. So 6 times 54 plus 24.75. I didn't need that extra parenthesis. My apologies. Let me rewrite that. So we're going to write that again as 6 times 54 plus 24.75. We do our multiplication first. So 6 times 54 is 324. And then we add 24.75, which means that our profit, if this team sold 54 t-shirts, is going to be $348.75. Again, in this type of problem, we were just asked to set up the expression. So we're going to be setting up a linear expression, and then we're usually going to be given a variable for the variable, and we're going to be asked to solve using that value for the variable. And that is it. That is what we're doing today. So go ahead and get on to Alex and complete today's assignment, lesson 7.4.